George W. Bush and his plan of action and his war for oil.
A lot of things.
I fear nothing but Satan.
Politically, what do I fear? Of course, terrorism is a fear. I fear, of course, a government that is not objective to the people. I fear a government that is not supportive of our opinions.
Loss of control, and that will encompass everything. For me, that will encompass everything. Being out of control physically, you know, just in my own environment, around people. That's what I'm most afraid of, and that really will describe any situation I can be in that'll cause fear, is loss of control. And I've thought about that before, that's why that was easy.
I fear ignorance and stupid people, because they can do some pretty crazy things.
Drowning. I hate the water. Nah, not lost. That's fine. Just drowning.
What do I fear? You mean like phobias? Is that what you kind of like mean by fear? Like I have a phobia of spiders. But what do I fear? I fear that life as we know it won't become life as we know it. Like then it'll be taken away from us in some fashion or form. And like we won't be able to live as we want to live. That's pretty much my fear. The government decided one day they didn't want to have beer. And like one day they just decided to stop making beer. That would be a fear of mine, to wake up and not have beer. That would be awful.
Oh goodness, I fear being burned. I fear not really too much in terms of spiritual fear or I don't know, I don't have like phobias necessarily of anything, but there's things that I don't want to see happen to myself. Like I said, I don't really feel like walking around being burnt or having burnt skin. That's just one thing that really turns me off. But that's it.
Drowning? I don't know. Fear itself.
I fear itself, and the unknown, of course. But I don't know anything about that, so I'm kind of fearless myself.
I guess I fear, you know, part of me just thinks that, you know, the way we're running our government, I believe that, you know, I mean, not that our freedom's going to be taken away or anything, but they're going to disrupt something with somebody else that, you know, is going to look at our freedom and want it, you know, I guess to, I don't know, I'm being disrupted by this dog running around over here. Sorry, dude. But, I forgot what I was even talking about, to be honest with you. But, I fear a lot, I guess. I mean, are you talking about like as a country? Anything?
Whatever you want it to be.
I don't know. I fear people get, you know, in a way that they're gonna start believing other things that other people, you know, bring into our country and not realize, you know, where we come from and what we believe, pretty much.
Invasion of my privacy, more than anything else, I think.
God.
Perhaps I'm naive. I fear nothing.
I fear the government. I fear the people that want to repress my ideal of our founding forefathers.
I fear that my freedoms are being taken away. I fear the world situation. I fear that we're on the wrong path. I fear that we are in more danger now than we were September 11th.
What do I fear? Not accomplishing my dreams. That's my biggest fear right there.
My involvement in this poor political scheme we call the country right now.
A lot of things.
For being locked up in a cage, being unable to express my own views, being unable to live my own life.
I guess I fear that most people don't care enough to think very hard and to learn about things so that they make wise choices. So I fear a lot about this country just drifting into letting the government do whatever it wants to do.
I fear this country becoming a military state. I fear stupid people ruling this country and closed-mindedness. I fear that.
I fear the end of the world. I fear Armageddon. You know, I picture a military catastrophe, a nuclear catastrophe occurring at any time. And, you know, I'm not a religious person, but the Bible promises Armageddon. And, you know, I'm not like some sucker who buys into all the stuff about Nostradamus, but hell, Nostradamus predicted this stuff and it's coming to pass. And whether I believe it or not doesn't make it not true. And it looks like the end of the world, pardon me, is happening. And I have children, so my way of fighting my fear is to have children and raise them and get married and have a happy little life. And that's my best way to defy the fear and the, you know, that's what I'm afraid of, is Armageddon.
Just being separated from God. That's pretty much it. Nothing else.
I'm scared of fire. I'm scared of being burned in a fire. It's a dream I have all the time, a reoccurring dream that I have, so that's what I'm scared of.
That terrorist will come and kill my children and take over my country.
Not much.
I fear not being able to make enough money doing what I love and not being able to make enough money, say, to have a place to stay. I fear that.
I don't know. War, I guess.
Not being successful.
I fear the incapability of doing that.
Unstable people. Other than that, I'm pretty fearless.
Nothing except not being able to practice the things I believe.
Oh, wow. I don't fear too much at all. God, maybe.
Fear other people. Fear other people, actually. maybe their perception of freedom. I don't know. Something like that.
I fear old age.
I actually do fear oppression. I fear way too strong and powerful government being able to take away my freedoms.
What do I fear? Nothing.
What do I fear just in general? The water.
I fear probably my parents finding out I'm gay. I fear that, definitely.
What do I fear? Other countries coming in and killing people.
What do I fear?
Yes.
I can't think of anything I fear at the moment. Really fear. There are things that I worry about, however.
Ignorance, ignorant people, ignorance in general, yeah.
What do I fear? I fear those freedoms being stripped from me, those rights being stripped from me. I fear not being able to walk outside and say, hey, this is wrong. I'm afraid of being entrapped and entangled and entrapped by the government. I fear having my individuality raped.
What do I fear? I fear failure. Failure sucks. I don't like failure. Can't stand working hard to achieve something, then to have it all just blow up right back in my face. Will probably be the strongest thing that I would fear right now in my life.
What do I fear? Heights.
Not taking that chance. I guess that's it.
Being caged up, solitude.
I fear being stationary, being in a situation where you really don't have much feeling, kind of getting, I don't know, being jaded, I guess. That would sum up my fears. I guess not really being in a situation where you really don't get that much out of life, and you're just living day to day, the same thing in and out. That would be it.
I fear my dad sometimes. He's 6'6".
In regards to freedom, I fear losing it. You know, if I lost the right to be weird and do my own thing, I really don't think I could exist. That would just be horrible.
Not being able to make choices.
Personally, are big ones. Well, the last person you were talking to was talking about terrorism. Actually, what I really fear more than that is that under the guise of saying we're fighting terrorism, we're going to lose the freedoms, the safeguards of our Constitution. We've already seen this. We've seen people put in jail because of their names and then being told they can't even notify their families. They don't know where they are. In the cases I know of, they were eventually released. But that's not what our Constitution says. I'm afraid that right now we're in a climate where there is just so much hatred and so much ignorance that this could take over. I know a lot of people always say, oh, it can't happen here. But I've seen, that's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid of, you talk about losing the freedoms. When they're talking about the political freedoms, the freedoms of worship, the freedoms of thought, the freedoms of ideas, the freedoms to express yourself, I'm very much afraid that we're taking steps toward a dictatorship. They probably won't call it that because that wouldn't be popular, but we've seen that already in the political agendas. Okay.
Failing.
What do I fear? Well, I'm very much less fearful than I used to be. I guess I'm not really afraid.
Fear. I think I fear losing some type of physical ability, like my eyesight or the use of my hands, something like that.
I think the only thing that I really fear is I fear losing my scholarship. Secondly, I fear losing my mother. That's one big thing to me. I always said that I wanted to die before her. That's one thing. But other than that, I really don't have a lot of fears.
Everything. Everything. People I fear more than anything. People. Ignorance of people, actually, I guess would be a better answer for that. Fear, that goes along with what I hate, or just general ignorance, or maybe not even the ignorance, just the fact that all people, not just Americans, just don't seem to care about the whole picture. They just get look out for number one, that sort of thing. That's about it.
President Bush becoming elected again. And Florida not being part of America. It's kind of creepy.
What do I fear?
Fat women.
No, not fat women. It's difficult to put a finger on what I fear. I really don't have too many fears.
What do I fear? Tyranny. Snakes. That's probably not what you wanted. I don't know. Terrorism. Anonymous. How do you say that word? Anonymity. How do I say that word?
Anonymity.
Anonymity. Yeah. Anonymity. Failing out of school. Death.
What's up?
Nothing.
Yeah.
It's like $5 to get to 6.
I think that society will one day just shut its doors and not be open-minded.
Clowns.
Lack of control, I think, more than anything else. Like the inability to do whatever I want. I think I fear more than anything else.
Personally, I don't know, I'm afraid of a lot of things. Like on a large scale, I'm afraid that our civilization is going to burn itself out, and there won't be anything left.